Welcome to Expeditions in Light. Let's take an expedition into rock legends, family conflicts, lawsuits, alcohol, and imagined ad campaigns. We are going to take this bottle, create a set, use some lighting techniques, and create a fake advertisement. First, though, we will talk a little bit about how this bottle came into my possession, why this vodka had controversy, and why this particular bottle is unique. Back in 2005, marketing began for the Electric Hendrix vodka. This bottle of vodka had the family name, a purple motif, and the image of Jimi Hendrix himself. This vodka was a joint project between Craig Diefenbach and Hendrix's half-brother Leon Hendrix. I'm sure this vodka project with Leon was an after effect of being written out of the $80 million estate by his late father, Al Hendrix. Upon his father's death in 2002, control of the company Experience Hendrix was transferred to Janie and Robert Hendrix. In February of 2009, Judge Thomas Zille from the U.S. District Court in Seattle ordered a $3.2 million judgment in damages for infringing on trademarks and licensing. All advertising must stop, and all Electric Hendrix vodka bottles were pulled from the liquor stores. This was the final agreement to a lawsuit filed in 2007. I did not buy this bottle of vodka, and this particular bottle is an early design in the production without the signature in the hair. Many moons ago, I was a piano technician working in the Seattle area. I was given this bottle by a Seattle recording studio owner, Bryn Addison, whom I was assisting with his piano. Bryn was a graphic designer for the artwork of the Electric Hendrix vodka bottle. This bottle was part of the first pre-production run, and this particular bottle was never on the store shelf. I love the idea of a purple haze themed product photography shoot, and now have put together this photography expedition, which I have been thinking about for a while. Well, this is actually the second time I attempted this. The first time I did a setup, put it together, I really didn't like how it turned out. So this time we'll do something a little different. We've got black plexiglass here, our vodka bottle from Jimi Hendrix, brother, and a little glass with water, but no one knows it's vodka, right? We have our camera set up here, 24 to 105 f4 lens. It is set up on f8 at the sync speed of 200 with an ISO of, the ISO should be 100. I have a lovely trigger to make sure I don't bump this at all. And I have something that will add here to the final production. I kept this a lot more simple. I tried the last time. I did way too much. The lighting was just weird. The setup was weird. This looks more classy and hopefully will turn out much better. So the first light I will add actually is just a speed light with a Magmod purple. Of course, we're going to do purple because we're doing purple haze, and then a grid on top. This is going to be my group A, primary group. But of course, before we do anything, what is our first shot that we take? Well, let's take a shot. That shot is perfect because now we know any light, strobe light that we added to the shot is perfect. We control all the light because our first shot without any lights is completely dark. That's what we want as a base. We'll start with the first light of this speed light. It's a V862. Seems to work pretty well. We're doing this on group A. We have to test around a bit here. What I want is just a little bit of color in a line on the back. So let's see if that gets us some color. That's some color in the back. I think I want a little bit more than that. We will go up about half power. I about doubled my power, and that's not bad. But there are two things. I think I'll actually just pull the grid. Let's try and pull the grid and see what we get without it. Again, this color is important. This is really a mood light and a separator. What I'm trying to do is create, of course, some purple back here, but not affect the object at all. And you'll see at the end when I bring in a little bit more of other lights. Okay, I'm going to live with that. So we've got our background light. It's not really affecting the subject very much, but it is giving us a solid purple in back. This is only 2 light setup. And I need the vodka bottle itself to stick out. So let's bring in lighting for the vodka bottle. You can see actually I have a regular on and off spot. That's a flash though. Once the flash goes off, it will be different. We'll start by selecting that one. Let's start low. See what our object looks like. Okay, we got a bit more of the label. I am going to take a little bit of time and look at focus. Focus looks good. Anytime you're doing something like this, the main thing, of course, you want is this label. If I were to do this actually for like a client or somebody else, i.e. if this weren't my own vodka bottle, I would actually take and remove this writing on the sides and back, because that shows up when the lights come through. To me, right now, it's not a big deal because I want to save this vodka bottle for something else for me. But if you do a corporate type thing, you probably want to remove that or put some type of little reflector back here hidden to kind of reduce those labels. Most likely, you'll just remove this. But that's a little low on the power. Let's hit that again. I'm going to bring that up to about a quarter power, see what we get. That is not too bad. I think we want just a little bit more. We'll go up like half a stop. One thing to note here about the bottle light. This light comes in across an angle, mainly trying to hit the front of this and also not trying to hit the background. I want to light the bottle, not the background. The background is just for the purple. The light here is just for the bottle itself. Okay, I like that. I'm going to live with that. So, the last piece here is this Smoke Ninja. The Smoke Ninja, you have a little remote fire. Yes. So, hopefully the idea, and I'm hoping, I'm going to move that a little bit more to the center. Hopefully the idea is all the smoke gets purple-ish, but doesn't affect this too much. I know if I get too much smoke in here, it will affect the label and the viewing of the label. So I'm going to try and just get enough here. And it seems like it's drifting in one direction. So I'm going to have to get that up further. I'm going to bring that up and try again. And pull that smoke closer. I am going to switch on over to a different mode and see about taking photos that way. Because, yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, I have switched to a different accessory on the top here. We'll still stay with basically dry ice. And we'll use that. And we will drop the remote. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I'm going to do more and more experimentation here, but I think this is as close as I will get it to my desired smoke effect. Okay, I should have enough to play with. Let's go on over to editing and see what we can get. Okay, I wanted to take you through a few of the simple edits here. I start with the Lumix camera standard. Generally find their color to be just fine. And just little adjustments to bring things out. Add a little bit of contrast to bring things up. There are no changes to the black and whites. I did add, pull that in for the curves. I'm going to set my black point just slightly in to bring this contrast down. Then add just a slight S curve to bring that out. But I always like that hard black point in a picture like this. We keep the white balance as shot. For flash photography, that means I usually have that at 5600. Flash units are around that. That was good. The vibrance got up to 10. Usually don't use saturation very much because it ends up looking very fake. Just a touch of sharpening on there and a touch of noise reduction. This is not about saying the camera's noisy, just an effect I put on there to kind of smooth things out. And you can see the results of the develop. So we got a nice contrast and a nice bit of color. Luminar Neo has various AI things, and I use them sometimes in unusual ways. One of the ways is I wanted to bring out the label in the bottle. So I use noiseless AI, which kind of cleans the lines up and smooth things out. You can just see a little pop on Jimi Hendrix hair and more definition to the label on the vodka. And that was really why I did that. Then we move into structure. Structure I just used on the reflections. Bring those out just a little. You can see the structure just bringing that shadow out just a little. Then I did make some changes to the color. Our saturation for the purple went up a little bit. Our luminance for the purple went up a little bit. This is very subtle. You don't see too much when you look at it, but I like that just a little. And I use the dramatic. This is a kind of a cross between taking out the saturation and adding some contrast. I use that just to add a little definition. I don't do too much on this because you can go overboard and lose your color. Did some dodge and burn, mainly in areas like this, just to darken the sides a little bit. And then I come again to using another AI tool from Luminar in an unusual way. I wanted this label to stick out. Of course, if you're doing product work, you always want your label to be front and center. So if you see, I get a little bit more definition on the label by running the super sharp on the label. And those are all my edits for the Jimi Hendrix electric vodka. Thanks for coming along with me on this Expeditions in Light. I wanted to bring this project out for several years. It was fantastic to go through the process and get the shot. Join me next time on the next Expeditions in Light and come back and see your host, John.